Alright, I'm back. You have to hear my voice yet again, and I'm by myself this time. You don't even have some lovely gameplay or commentators to drown me out. You just have to listen to me now. Don't worry that there's a mute button. Keep listening to me. It doesn't exist. What's going on, guys? Did you enjoy that Kiwi run? Can I get some information in the chat about how you felt about it? Tell me all of your opinions. It was the best run and nothing can top it now, says Clock District. I agree. Except for all of the runs that I'm doing. Those ones will top it for sure, right? Shu, I'm sure you'll enjoy the costumes that you'll get too. It'll make them even more huggable. And for everybody that's just watching and listening, I want to keep you updated that we have Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door coming up next, any percent, and it's going to be a great time. Glan is a great speedrunner, very well known for his beautiful runs of everything that he's done. Really, he's done a lot of different games. I think he's doing Frogger 2 at the end of the marathon sometime too. It, he's got some variety. I'm excited to see that. And then after that, we got Super Metroid Ascent, a from the ground up ROM hack of Super Metroid, if I were to understand that correctly. Um, and then incentives wise, we still got the same incentives going. We still have, in terms of polls, we can name the Yoshi in Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. That one will be coming up fairly soon. Um, Obviously, we have Thousand Year Door next, so it's going to be during that run. And then after that, we have Save or Kill the Animals in Super Metroid Ascent. And then in terms of bonus runs, you can add on a Wheel of Fortune bonus round. And also, there is a new Super Mario Bros. Wii 99 Lives run you can get added on. All you have to do is send in some money via the Tiltify link, and somebody do exclamation mark donate in the chat, please. And once you see that, you can go in there and you can click on whatever incentives and polls you want to add it to, and that'll be good for you. All right, everybody. After an intense mic check, we are ready to move in to the next run. I hope everybody's excited for Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. It's a great run, and it's a nice, cozy, long run for you too. So get ready, strap in, grab some popcorn, and we will be right back.
Hello, I hope you're enjoying Speed Doxathon. I'm Zach from Save Data Team, and I'm here to tell you about our channel in this brief intermission. At Save Data Team, we make a lot of stuff, such as video essays breaking down the music in the Legend of Zelda series, to this video essay on the history of world record progression videos, in which I interviewed content creators like the Speed Docs guys themselves to learn how their content gets made. But we also do Let's Plays like our Ace Attorney with an Actual Lawyer series.
Lie like a dog.
No, don't commit perjury!
And even this stream where we played Celeste, but our Twitch chat could kill us at any time.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
You bastard!
So, if anything I said sounds interesting to you, head over to Save Data Team on YouTube and give us a watch. Thanks, and now back to the show.
Выстрелы снарядов нас разбудили ночью. Это были страх и паника, безысходность.
All right, everybody, we are back. But before we get started, I want to real quick throw in there that Lithifier, commentator from the Kiwi Run, donated $20, saying putting this towards killing the animals, saving the children, and the frames. Thank you so much, Lithify, for that. And now, without any further ado, because I know how much you all love ado, but we gotta get rid of ado. We're gonna pass it over to Glan with Paper Mario.
Yo, what's up, gamers? You're all well today. You're about to run Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door any percent. And I'm joined by two lovely commentators today. Introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Red.
Hi, I'm Verified Linguini.
Alright, so there's a lot going on in this run, but we'll just get it started. Explain as we go. If we're ready for a countdown. Guessing we...
Yeah, Fritz.
Okay. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
This is Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door.
Oh. So this is the second Paper Mario game, the third Mario RPG overall, I think.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
So obviously Mario game, we got a lot of jumping and platform stuff, also some RPG elements to it.
This game basically took everything that the original Paper Mario did for the Nintendo 64 and just sort of expanded upon it. The battle system is pretty much the same as that. but with sort of more options, and you'll see more stuff that you can do with your partners.
Yeah, there's a lot of very complex tricks that are really cool that you're gonna see.
Yeah.
So this is about a 2-minute intro cutscene, which is a nice break. You know, you show up a really good run to the very end, then you have to watch this. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, so we're gonna get into a battle pretty much first thing. And we're gonna make use of a fairly unique battle mechanic to this game, which is super guarding. So there's 2 types of guarding you can do when an enemy attacks you. You can press A in an 8-frame window, and it reduces damage by 1. Or you can press B in a 3-frame window, and it negates the damage completely and deals 1 damage back if it's like a direct contact attack, like a direct melee attack. So we're gonna use that to hopefully deal an extra point of damage to the first enemy here, Lord Crump.
Yeah, so we're gonna... There isn't really much. It's pretty simple for the first part. It's mostly just basic battling and walking. It doesn't really get until near the end of this first part where there's actually tricks that are pretty cool. So he did a thing there where he jumped into that cutscene. That's going to be done a few times. It saves a little bit every time you do it.
So
you can be a little bit further.
Get closer to Goombella.
Yeah. And as we mentioned before, he's going to do a thing called a super guard to do an extra hit of damage. That skips the text box from Goombella and also skips an entire wave. Let's see if he gets it.
Okay, nice.
Nice. So that's a 3-frame window to do, and it can be pretty difficult for some enemies, but these beginning enemies, they're mostly easy to super guard.
Yeah, the guard timing is really weird on some enemies, but generally it's like the frames right before you would visually see the damage pop up, I think.
Yeah, that's generally how I go off of it. Also, for those with keen eyes, you may have noticed that Glan only hits the first action command when he was jumping on the enemy in battle there. That's because if you hit the second action command to jump, Mario goes a little bit higher up, and it takes him longer to return to the ground, and so it's saving a couple frames every time that you don't do that second action command, but you still do the same amount of damage.
There's also a thing in some other categories. It wouldn't be a thing like in this fight, but you can get bingos that like fill up when you do your action command. I don't think it counts if you miss the second action command to jump. I think that helps avoid that. Get a bit of a long cutscene here.
Bash-a-thon.
Yeah.
Wait, a long cutscene? I love long cutscenes.
Long cutscene.
Those are good
RPG.
They're great for donations.
This is even great because those guys in the background are supposed to be going like while you're reading the text, but if you just mash through it, then we just have to wait for them to finish.
That's fantastic. We actually got a donation from Nikosar and Alicat from the Kiwi race, who donated $6 and said, "Thank you so much for having us, SDAT. Here's $2 for each of our deaths in run. Please put it towards the New Super Mario Bros. 99 Lives run. Wishing everyone fast runs and happy viewing for the rest of the event. Thank you so much."
Goombella is the first partner you get in this game. We're gonna use her a little later, but as of right now, she's just gonna kind of be there.
Yeah, she's not very useful for battling, but she has some applications for some glitches. That donation's also a good reminder that we have an incentive for this run to name Yoshi. So if you care about that, you should give some money to save the children and to name Yoshi something stupid.
You could name it Glan. You could name it Verified.
You can name it Horse, because that's what Yoshis are.
True. Just a little dinosaur horse.
You could also name it Yoshi, but that would be a bit of a waste because it automatically does that.
Yeah. So right away here, we're breaking Zesty's contact lens because we want to buy some items up front, and it makes sense to be able to order the contact lens.
To
So-
give you a quick update on the Yoshi incentive,
Mhm.
the current leader is Thickums with $40.
Huh. That's something.
How much do we need to name Yoshi?
Currently, the leader is Thickums at $40.
I thought it was a certain amount. Okay,
Yeah,
never
it's
mind.
a bit more. Yeah, so this guy steals half our money. We start with 100 coins, so we want to buy some stuff up front there so that we get use of the money before we use half of it. Fun fact, that cutscene is shorter if you have 0 coins, because Goombella doesn't say you stole half your coins. But why would you have 0?
I mean, it would just take longer to buy a bunch of items and store them than buy more items. So it's kind
Alright, we got the first big skip of the run coming up, which is tutorial skip. Really, really hard trick.
you actually have to, within a infinite frame window, you have to press down and then press A.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
Really
It's
hard.
very hard. I've lost a lot of runs to tutorial skip. It's one of the most daunting tasks in the early game for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so frankly here, before we go down the sewers, he wants to teach us about action commands, but the game actually lets you skip the tutorials.
Thankfully.
So this one in particular highlights the choice that you don't like, that you want rail by default, and even pressing B makes it happen. So it's particularly hard to skip.
So there's a trick there called Goomba Trio Skip, but Glan's actually not going to be going for it.
Yeah.
It's very difficult and very stupid.
Yeah, it's... You have to jump with the precise timing to get that platform to push you in the way. And then also not, stupid.
Yeah, actually,
We're just gonna use a fright mask on this fight and they run away. We're gonna be doing that a lot more later.
Yeah, item management is a huge part of this run.
making this
Basically, all of the routing is centered around how many coins you can have to get different items, as well as badges, which we'll go over a little bit more later once we get some badges that actually do useful things for us. At the moment, we don't really have any.
We're going to be grabbing a lot of badges throughout the run, but we're not going to be using a lot of them.
That's a bad encounter.
You have just a second for donation.
I'm on the block. Yeah, sure.
So we actually had 2 donations come in the last 2 minutes.
Whoa.
One from Jake Bob Tart. I can't even say it. Jake
Bob Tart.
Jake Pop-Tart.
I tried really hard, guys. For $20, he said, "Good luck, have fun, you gamer.
Yo,
Looking
thanks,
forward
Jake.
to the first try TRE, Smile W."
File W.
No, we'll see that later.
And that one went towards naming Yoshi Thickums. So
Of course it did.
we're really getting Thickums here, I think. And then on top of that, we have Goldie, who donated $100,
Whoa.
saying, "I just wish I could do more for the kids." Goldie, you've done a great job there, and we appreciate that. We appreciate all donations, all sizes, but don't feel bad. You've done a lot for the kids with your $100.
Oh my god, I got cursed. Oh, this is really bad, actually. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, there's a 100% chance where you get cursed, and it's really unfortunate when it happens.
Yeah. Really unfortunate.
Yeah, the game tries to spin it in a way that's telling you, oh, look, it's convenient because it helps you progress through the game. But, it just takes time,
Yeah.
Now we're gonna go up to our actual first big skip of the game, which skips a trip to the 1,000-year door. We know it's in the name after all, but you actually only go there like twice.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's
Literally
all right.
twice. Oh, ugh. Okay.
That was really bad RNG.
That was a really bad pattern. So in this category, encounters are like doubly bad. They're always bad because they cost time, but in this category we need a certain amount of money. Every time you run away, it's 5 coins. Which is really bad for buy items after chapter 1.
So upcoming here is hazard respawn glitch. So if you jump frame perfectly as you enter into a loading zone, Mario's respawn doesn't get set, so he gets sent to the middle of the room. So you have to do 2 frame perfect jumps to land on that boat panel where Mario's respawn point doesn't get reset, and then fall into the water. And then he'll just kind of just fly his way over to the middle.
It's going way too quickly. Alright.
And there we go. Got it. Give a round of applause. He got English. So basically, there's like a cache error, I think, that causes that to happen. And it's really annoying.
Yeah, it's some weird like mathematical error or something. You can actually get out of that if you jump frame perfectly again. Otherwise, you just fall in the water. But yeah, that's prologue. We did all of prologue.
Yeah, so the best part about that is because now Frankly's going to follow us throughout most of the game. He's just going to be kind of chilling there. He's not really going to do much, but he will be there.
We got Franklin and Bella overlapping here, which is always blessed.
Boomly.
Another thing that you're going to see Glan doing a whole lot is jumping. So in TTYD, for whatever reason, when you're walking forward and up, like forward and backward, or into the foreground and background, you actually have a higher speed cap, and so you're walking faster forward and backwards than you are left and right. But if you jump frame perfectly, you can maintain that speed even when you're going left and right. And so you just get a little bit of an extra speed boost there, and as long as you can keep chaining those frame perfect jumps, then you'll keep that speed.
Yeah. Really great hitbox on that switch, by the way.
Yeah, it's just incredible. You're pretty much on another continent and you're still hitting it.
Yeah. On the background, you're just moving faster when you're jumping. That's all. But otherwise, with the speed swapping, anytime you see me like jumping around facing backwards, that's basically what's going on. So there's a bunch of things that we need to get out of these item boxes, like badges and items, and generally speaking, ones that we're going to pass by multiple times back and forth, we're going to just hope that at some point it's going to go in the same direction as us, otherwise we won't pick it up again. That's why I hit those 2 boxes but didn't pick up the item.
Yeah, it's a 50-50, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes it really annoying, because no matter what, no matter where you're coming from, it's actually not 50-50, it's 90-10, because it'll just go the opposite direction of where you're going. The game just lies to you and makes it seem like it's 50-50, but in reality, it's not.
We talked to Croup, who owned Crystal Stars for some reason.
I didn't know that guy's name was Croup, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of forgot his name.
Dude, it's
one of the quiz answers.
Quiz. Yeah.
Dude, I just know the answers by heart. I don't know. I play on Japanese, I don't play on English.
True.
What, do you think I can read? I'm illiterate. So, now we're gonna make our way through more of the Petal Meadows area. So for some reason, there are 2 giant brick castles in the middle of this.
That was really bad.
We do actually need that PAL block, but or he's gonna turn it back and get it.
try to get some back.
Here's the first giant brick castle, and all that's in here is these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, the game really wants to stress the importance of using items in the first chapter, because it forces you to use or find and use 2 items in these 2 little mini castles, and you have to use a tile block.
High defense. I think the bristles also have really high defense, but then they also stop you from hammering them. Yeah, they're pretty much, hey, you gotta use these padlocks. Okay.
There's another one in this bush.
Yeah, very obvious.
And that's something else that in a casual playthrough, I believe Goombella would be useful for, because her ability is, you know, if you use her on the overworld, she'll say, hey, there's stuff in this area, or she'll just tell you random facts about it. But for a speedrun, that isn't really necessary. We know where everything
I'm gonna get her to tell me about the Great Tree a few times, though.
Yeah, that is true. Maybe not for the information, but you know, she will tell you about it. It's like, wow, you want me to say something? Seriously?
Alright, now we got the 65th annual, what is it? Super fun court quiz.
Is it the 65th annual?
It is the 65th annual.
Yeah, it's the 65th annual Super Fun Court Quiz.
Alright, you're doing the voice acting here.
Thank you.
I was hoping you'd read out the question there, but yeah.
Well, I'm also illiterate. We have a team of 3 people that can't read.
Of the 60. It's like, I think Paper Mario 64 has the 64 Quizmo quizzes and 65th or something.
Oh yeah, that's
nice.
I think that's what it is.
The original 3 games are very connected, but then after that, they just kind of like, what are those games?
They're like, you know what? Screw it. Like now Mario's going to a place where everyone's square for some reason.
So now we're gonna head into the Rogue Pool, Petal Meadows Sewers.
Wonk Fortress.
That's what this is called?
Yeah. Yeah, see, 90% chance for that to go left, and then when I come back, it's gonna be a 90% chance for it to go right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I cannot believe you avoided those guys, to be honest. They were just,
these
they were just bouncing
terrible.
in circles around you. So we're gonna grab these things, we're gonna need them. I mean, not right now, but we're gonna need them in a couple minutes. So we're gonna use a fire flower on these guys, and it makes them die.
Fire flowers are really good damage in the early game.
Yeah. Maybe not so much in the later game where we're unbelievably underleveled, but you know, it's okay.
Yeah. I mean, you're supposed to beat the game at level 3, right?
I think so.
I mean, maybe. I'm not exactly sure.
We actually beat it at level 5, so I guess not.
Oh, the 10% chance of it going left, you know, that's great.
Let's go.
Now we're gonna avoid more fuzzies here.
That was a good pattern, at least. These guys move really, really erratically, and it's awful.
And another fire flower.
Yeah, especially in the early game here, you're gonna see us use a whole bunch of items. It's just the easiest way to do damage and finish out fights quickly. I believe we'll also see a couple fright masks later, which will allow us to clear out enemies without actually gaining experience from them.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fright masking later.
So here comes our second boss fight of the game. They're supposed to be third, but in speedrun second. The Golden Fuzzy. And it's pretty similar to Crump, except you have to use a fire flower.
I actually have to use 2, because I'm going to miss the super guard.
Oh yeah, right. Wait, that's the backup for that? I've always just did another super guard.
I'll probably just do an extra turn if I miss it, because I'm really low on coin. Actually, I'm not super low.
unfortunate.
I'm just gonna do an extra turn.
So. If you Fire Flowered there, wouldn't it kill him if you,
I guess, yeah.
if you Super Guard it this time? And it doesn't matter. Now you'll have an extra Fire Flower.
Well, that was just a manip to get my HP to be 6 and 9.
Wait, is that what you have?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
so clearly, this is automatically the world record speedrun for the game. I mean, like, what's he, like, maybe a minute and a half behind, but
Yeah.
in reality, who's the true world record here? A guy with 69 HP or a 218?
2-7.
Or now it's 217. Oh yeah, you can correct me. I'm off by 1 second. It's alright. I'm rounding up.
So now we gotta go all the way back out of here. I picked up an inn coupon there, which I'm gonna sell for 5 coins.
Yeah, he's actually gonna sleep at an inn because he wants to get his HP back.
Yeah, it's really low.
There's some
right now.
difficult, very difficult boss fights coming up. You know, we're gonna see every single one of them in this game. I could be skipping any of them.
Yeah, I don't think we skip any of this game actually in this category.
Yeah, but I mean, we just play
It's basically glitchless.
Play.
While we're doing some traveling here, you mind if I chime back in real quick?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Absolutely.
So first of all, Glan, I need to ask you, we're putting something towards runner's choice. What would you
Yeah.
like it to be towards?
What are the options?
Currently, we have the new Super Mario Bros. Wii 99 Lives run and the Wheel of Fortune bonus round that are coming up. And then there's the Yoshi name, of course, which you obviously know about. And
I feel like I'd be biased on that one.
there's also Save or Kill the Animals in Super Metroid Ascent.
Let's go with New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I like that.
Okay. And then on top of that, we have a $26.50 donation from Xenos360, who says, "I'm sorry, but Thickums is just too good of a name."
Oh my god.
I think we know where that donation went, but it also went towards the Wheel of Fortune bonus round. And remember, donators, that you can put your donation towards both a poll and a target at the same time. You don't have to pay double, it just goes towards both.
Wait, so does that mean there's $150 in Thickums now? Like, is that even gonna fit? I don't even know if that'll fit.
There is
I think it fits.
$86.50 towards Thickums.
I guess we'll name him Thickum if it doesn't fit.
Yeah, so here we get a little bit of insight into Koops' relationship with Riku.
Yeah, we should probably mention we have Koops now.
Koops is pretty useful.
Yeah, so Koops is probably the most useful partner in this game for a while. But as of right now, he's just kind of there.
Yeah, for a casual playthrough, Koops is the first partner that you get that can do damage to multiple enemies at once. We won't see a whole ton of that in speedrun just because we're going to be avoiding enemies as much as possible and only fighting mandatory bosses, which are generally only one target anyway.
What am I hitting it with my hammer?
Alright, so now we're gonna head into Hooktail's Castle, and this is by far the scariest part of the game. I mean, like, look at it. It's about the size of Mario.
Yeah. Pretty scary.
It is a very cartoony looking castle that does not at all reflect what it looks like on the inside after you go in there, but that's okay. Like, this building we just went into is just not seen from the outside, but you know, whatever. Now, this is the real Hooktail's Castle.
Pretty scary looking. I'm shaking right now.
I'd like to think that the thing on the background there was just a little cardboard cutout, and then once we get inside we realize, oh no, we're in danger.
Yeah. Also worth pointing out that Frankly is completely unfazed, which implies that he's been here before.
Well, of course he has. I mean, he is, frankly.
That's one of the scariest rooms in the game.
And here is definitely Koops' dad. He's like, no, Dad. And then we just don't read it. Red bones early?
I don't actually know what I'm doing.
You mash A. So if you jump, right as you get that guy, you encounter him right about here. And that's it. That's all there is to it. That's the entire trick. Expected something cooler?
We also, in the last one we picked up Power Bounce as well, which is a badge I'm gonna use. Or I'm gonna not, because I'm really bad at this game, actually.
He probably will use it on Hooktail. Any one bouncers.
Alright, so we level up for the first time here. We're gonna take EP. Badge points. It's gonna list our badges. We're gonna very intentionally leave our FP at 5 for the entire run. Do some shenanigans with that, we can talk about.
As of right now, it's just basically upgrading BP. So now we're gonna do a little trick called what's the trick called?
Flip
Flip
skip.
Oh, flip skip. Right.
Also
So
flip
if you jump from this top platform down to the bottom platform, you actually skip having to hit the switch, and you can just grab the key just like that.
Yeah. Do
Glenn made it look incredibly easy. It's a bit of a tricky.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
Really easy to do and really easy to mess up.
Just jump on top of the. Barely even a trick. You can just jump there.
Yeah.
Yeah. For whatever reason, they put a hitbox in the middle of it and nowhere else. But I mean, whatever. It's a video game.
So I'm just gonna walk into this room and get this chest and then walk out.
Yeah,
That's all that's gonna happen.
I can't imagine what spikes. No way. This is terrible. Man, must be a really tight time window to be able to make it out. There's gonna be like only like a second left on the clock. That's
not sure where that timer came from either.
Okay.
Oh, it's gone now. We're good.
I like to think that Mario can actually see that timer. He just looks behind him and it's just ticking down. So here we have a box that looks exactly like the one in Prologue, but I mean, there's something different about it.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like I can't. I'm pretty sure
that we can trust it. I'm willing to give it a second chance.
Yeah, I've got a good feeling about it.
No, not
that music.
Not again.
Oh no.
100% chance strikes us again. Like,
yeah, we're 2 for 2 on these curse boxes, man.
We should have added another incentive to get Flavio.
Get Flavio?
That would lose
a
like
long time.
That would lose 7 minutes. It's not that bad. All right, now we're going to equip some badges and read that email. I don't know what reading the email does, to be honest. It
makes it not explain emails again.
Yeah.
Next time you get
if you never check your emails, every single time that you get an email throughout the run, it'll re-explain to you what an email is every single time until you finally give in and check in your emails. So it's more convenient to do it when you're equipping your badges there, just because you have your menu open already.
Yeah.
So now we're going to use this really cool curse to be able to get that key. Yeah, so I don't know why Mario can't do that without the curse. I mean, like, I feel like everyone should be. I mean, Koops doesn't even get cursed. He's able to do it. Like, I don't even know. No, jump up the staircase again for the last time.
So the paper mode curse is actually like a really.
Yeah, we're gonna see it later for what Jake Pop Tart, I think his name is mentioned
Jake
earlier. TRE. Gonna hit this switch. Now, will he go for window jump? If he doesn't, then, you know, that's really... It's a marathon. Come on, go for it. Yeah, that's what I like to see.
I was doing
And he gets it. Do you normally go for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every single.
Easy trick.
Easy trick. So you're supposed to hit another switch, make another bridge so that you can jump out that window, but you can just reach it.
You can also get this life shroom.
The real question is, am I going to get swag jump? I will donate $20 if I get.
I will also donate $20 if you get swag jump.
I will not donate $20 if you get swag jump because I don't have any money to donate right now.
Oh.
If I did, though, I would. Actually, I might. Hold on. Okay, I might have money to donate. If my card gets denied, it gets denied.
Alright, so
I don't even know what swag jump is.
This. I did not get it. Alright, you're forced to encounter this guy when you come out of the door, and you have one frame that you can jump. And that swag jump doesn't do anything. But it looks cool. Jump. Getting an encounter.
Theoretically, I believe if you pause and unpause after getting that jump and keep doing that frame perfectly, you could skip the battle, but that's way more time.
11 frame perfect pauses, and it's also slower.
Yeah, there's 0 point to go for it. Alright, if you get swag jump, I will donate $14.18. That's
well, I already didn't get it, so...
Oh, okay, well... you know, I'll donate it anyway. How do I donate?
Probably...
There's a link in the chat.
Donate for Yoshi to be named Thickums. Alright, so this screen is pretty annoying. Hopefully this guy behaves. Oh god. That paratrooper can, sometimes he just like ignores you, literally until you decide to walk past him and hits you. It's a bit of an asshole. And there's another difficult encounter top of the staircase.
I forget.
Here's a Hooktail fight coming up. Hooktail has a lot of HP, but she's weakened by the attack FXR badge, which make my attacks sound like crickets. Doesn't like the sound, which I don't blame her because it sounds absolutely terrible and I hate it. But
okay.
The goal is going to be to chain really long power bounces, which is really difficult, and I'm probably not going to do it. Or gonna try. Okay. Unfortunately here, we have to use honey syrups since we are keeping our FP at 5. This is really the only place in the game where it hurts to have 5 FP. That's really bad. Oh. I'll kill you. I'll get a bucket drop on him. Green.
Alright, my card got denied. I'm kind of sad.
Oh.
I tried to donate $14 to Thickums, but it just didn't work out. Well, we're just gonna power bounce this girl.
Well, I failed at it pretty badly, so... Okay, cool.
So yeah, anyway, Power Bounce is a badge that we got earlier in Hooktail Castle that lets you keep jumping on an enemy until you miss an input or you get capped. Bosses have caps, regular enemies do not. You can just keep going over and over on regular enemies. However, with each jump that you do successfully, the frame window for you to successfully do the action command gets smaller and smaller until I believe you only have 1 frame to hit the A button for you
Of
to
course.
successfully do the action command.
I always get 7 here. It's all 1 damage off.
It could be worse.
Could just miss
Now
the first
Hooktail.
input, which I've done before.
Now Hooktail is dead.
Yeah, I jumped on her head too much.
Yeah, I don't know how, well, who would win, a giant dragon or a fat Italian? I mean, like, come on, it's clearly the Italian.
A fat Italian with the power of crickets, don't forget.
Yeah.
And also can turn into a plane and turn to the side. That's another thing you can.
I know, I think the plane is like much more impressive. I can't turn into a plane. So here's actually Coops' dad. He's just alive in her stomach somehow.
His name is Coops Sr.
Oh yeah.
That's not actually his name, but I don't know his actual name.
I think it's Krupuk.
I'm never gonna remember that. He got a crystal star. So, we're gonna see 3 of these.
Just all of them.
I mean, oh yeah, of course. It's a glitchless run. I mean, like,
Yeah, there definitely are not 7 total crystal stars that we are supposed to gather on our journey. There are only 3 of them that we're supposed to see, and we're going to see all 3 of them.
this game has intended frame perfect inputs to be able to get to places that you may not look like you're supposed to go to, but you can go to there.
Another nice thing about keeping Frankly along with your journey and not finishing prologue correctly is that he just tags along for these intermission between chapters, and he gets himself into some shenanigans. He just shows up.
It's even funnier with Flavio because he just kind of like sits in the middle of space and he just stands there smiling.
Yeah, Flavio's great.
And Peach is not smart, so they're like, oh, so we gotta kill this guy. He's trying to ruin our plan, and this is what he looks like. And Peach is like, oh my god, is that Mario, the person he came here with me? Like, oh my god, like, I can't believe this. She's just like, but now we know who it is.
Yeah, Peach does not have a good poker face, sadly.
Yeah, I actually got stopped by this fat Italian where... Oh, that's Mario! Oh, thank you.
That's Mario.
Yeah, so here's Vivian.
No.
It's the only time we're gonna... She's really cute. That's it.
You see, Glan's actually in love with Vivian, and that's why he only played all Crystal Stars for like a year?
Nah, I was like a couple months.
Alright, well, same thing. I mean, a couple months, pretty much a year.
I guess.
So now we're gonna walk into this room and then walk out. Peach, she's like every Fortnite player, just doesn't shower. So, just gonna walk in and walk out, and then keep on going. And actually, that makes the tech cutscenes shorter because even tech can smell how terrible the stench is. So,
well, I mean,
that's...
like, Frankly was there. I wouldn't want to like shower with.
That's also true. I mean, who wouldn't want Frankly watching them shower? Well, you're the only one.
I wouldn't want that.
We could name Yoshi Frankly and have Frankly follow us the entire game too. If you want that, you could donate what, like $87, and then do that.
True. Yeah, so here the computer tech announces its love for Peach, which is really weird. Peach says it's all.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd feel if my computer just started talking and then said it was in love with me. I mean, like,
I'd probably
That-
be really embarrassed considering some of the things I've done on here that I would know about.
Hey, Glan, you got just a second here.
Yeah, sure. Nothing going
Just
on
wanted to
here.
let you know and let the stream know that there's a host switch that's going on mid-run here. So I'm going to pass you guys off to Xenos360. Glenn, you might need to turn up his Discord audio if you get a chance.
Right.
But you guys will have a great time with him, and he has some donations for you to read. Or
Sounds
to be
good.
read by you.
Donation guy.
There's
Donation.
nothing going on here.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much just Mash Fest.
Yeah. Well, we get to find out
I
if
am the
Bowser
donation
likes fried eggs or not. That's an important part of the run.
And here's Bowser. He goes, wahaha. Alright, you can read donation if you
I
want.
was gonna say, I'll go ahead and take over here. Hi, I'm Xenos360. I'm gonna be taking over just for the rest of Paper Mario and the next run after this. So just to kind of go over a few donations, we actually had just another one come in.
Okay, good.
So Ika was donating $10. Said, I don't know her name. I'm gonna call her Thickums. So it looks like that $10 will go towards Thickums. Queen Lolly, $20, no message. Thank you for the donation. And then the Packle with $25 with the comment that says, why do they call it oven when you of in the cold food of out hot eat food?
I'm still trying to
Yeah,
figure that one out
yeah.
to this day.
That one took a lot out of me actually to read.
You know, classic Garfield. You could have named Yoshi Garfield.
Yeah, but only if I get the orange.
Yeah, we'll just completely neglect all the donations and just name him Garfield if we get Orange Yoshi, you know? We're not actually gonna do that, but, you know. My guess, you know, just based off of, what it's saying here, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be called Thickums, you know, it's pretty close, donation.
Yep.
So now we're Mario again. And,
Yeah.
you know, frankly, just kind of falls out of the air and stands there.
Yeah, also Mario's x-coordinate in this cutscene is -69. I feel like that's very important to share.
Yeah, there have been a lot of 69s in this run, I think. That's, So now we're gonna grab this badge up here. It's by far the most important badge. The Mega Rush P. Although right now it's completely useless, but, you know, we have to grab it now anyway. Or else we'd have to come back here like an hour and a half in, then walk all the way over there, and then all the way back.
Yeah, so this
Nope.
badge makes it so if partners at 1 HP, they do +5 damage. Applies to all your partners. Plus 1 badge point. Really overpowered.
Yeah, that badge is basically the way that we're going to deal most of our damage for most of the bosses in the rest of the run.
No.
And because of that, we're going to have to manipulate our partners to get to 1 HP. And there are a couple different ways that we're going to be doing that.
So, from this point forward, we're gonna be grabbing a lot of badges. And most of these badges, as I mentioned earlier, we're not actually gonna use them. But we're gonna sell them. And you wanna know where we're gonna sell the badges to buy? More badges.
Actually, Piontas.
Oh, and what do you use to buy the badges?
Piontas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna go down this pipe, which does not blend into the rest of the scenery anywhere at all. Now we're in here.
Here it does, though.
It does there. You're right.
And now we
Nice
magically
speed
have
swap.
those platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
would
actually
really
a
suck
pretty important thing to explain, honestly.
So now we're gonna use paper mode, and we're finally gonna visit the 1,000-year door after about 40 minutes of not being there. It's in the name of the game, and we're just not there yet. I mean, like, come on, Mario, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, we got there eventually.
Yeah.
That's the important part.
So these Spinyas, as I like to call them, that's not their name, but that's what I call them.
Is what
And
they're
you're
called.
gonna hit this plane panel where Mario very painfully morphs into a paper plane and then makes his way over here.
Yeah.
And then we're finally gonna get a nice, good old cutscene. So if there's any more donations you'd like to read out, this is a good time for it.
Alright, I guess not.
Yeah, I guess there are no donations.
But I'll explain something pretty important to speedruns of the game, which is how the game tracks your progress. Like a lot of it is what we call the sequence value. So there's this singular value that basically is meant to be like kind of what point in the linear story you're at. And we can do things that basically set it out of order. So when we first did blooper skip and went into chapter 1, we ended up skipping sequence from somewhere in prologue to somewhere in chapter 1. And when we go back, because we were beyond the point of fighting blue platforms, we're just there in the sewers. It's going to be really relevant coming up soon, because we're actually get into chapter 7 and set the game in a state where it thinks we've done everything up to chapter 7, basically.
Yeah, so before we do that, we're gonna have to go down and trigger a cutscene with the Punio to be able to open up Chapter 2, but we're not actually gonna go there. Because, you know, casually I also did Teleporter Room early. I mean, like, who didn't?
I mean, I played this game for the first time last night. I did Teleport, so...
I mean, yeah, I mean, come on.
This is actually the only reason...
run he used to submit this is actually another playthrough of someone else playing the game, so...
But yeah, opening up Chapter 2 is really important because it's pretty easy to set your sequence value to later in the game. It's much harder to set it earlier in the game once you've gone further. And so if you didn't open up Chapter 2 before setting your sequence to Chapter 7, there'd be no way to get back into Chapter 2, and there are a couple things that we need to grab in there after we go to Chapter 7.
Yes,
So we have to open this up first.
Yeah, and the reason we don't just go into Chapter 2 now is because we will have to do a bunch of stuff to get into the Great Tree, but if you set your sequence into Chapter 7, you don't have to do any of that.
Yeah, because I think we already did it. But Puny is only here to open up the path, like right after Chapter 1, which is the only reason we did Chapter 1. And for some reason, the passage being open isn't part of the sequence. It's just like a room flag. I don't know why.
This game works in strange ways.
I kind of
So
feel
now
like
we're gonna
the entirety
have-
of Chapter 2 was like developed by interns who didn't get the memo how the rest of the game.
Yeah, that's why Chapter 2 has like 2 ways to change your sequence? Not a lot.
Has more than that.
I don't know, man. I don't go there.
That's
Anyway,
so many.
we're gonna make our way up to the top of Rogueport again, and we're gonna buy a couple of fright masks in the Toad Bros Bazaar, and also buy the thing. If you remember from the beginning of the game, we bought the contact lenses. We're gonna be doing that. We're gonna be buying them for real this time. So the only possible way that this could possibly go wrong is if Glan just so happened to accidentally go below 10 coins, so he can't buy them. That would really, really suck if that were to accidentally happen.
Gotta make some safeties. So for some reason, Zesty was like so bent on being spiteful that she just waited, not being able to see until I came back like an hour later to buy
Yeah,
her
and she
contact
also
lens when
calls-
she could have just bought another one herself and been able to see and live the rest of her life again. But
Yeah, and she also calls Mario Squishy, and I thought she called Mario Squidward for years.
So I got 7 fright masks. I also got a mushroom from shop points. You get 1 shop point every time you buy an item. Which hopefully will be useful later when we get an ice storm. But there's a chance I won't be able to get it. It's not a big deal if I don't.
Now, the moment we've probably not actually been waiting for. Teleporter room early. So, to explain this trick, I have to explain a thing called unspin jumps. If you let go of R and press A on the same frame, Mario will actually jump out of the unspin. And if you do that in a 3 pixel gap, I believe it is, between this door, while holding a control stick perfect angle at exactly 358 degrees, you'll clip right through the door.
So yeah,
very, very
in
small.
reality, it's only a frame perfect input and a specific perfect angle, and that's all you need for this trick. It's really simple, in theory, not so simple in execution.
Yeah. It is very difficult to pull off. It looks really easy, but trust me, it isn't. So you can see him doing unspin jumps here. He's doing them a little late. What's interesting is you can't actually unspin jump when you're over the door. You can only do it like in that little crack between the door.
Yeah, there's I think a 1 frame window early where you... But otherwise, if you see me do it, probably late. Or I had the wrong.
Yeah, this trick is a so close, so far kind of thing. In my opinion, this is probably the has the biggest learning curve because of the control stick frame perfect angle. It sucks especially if you have to use a third-party controller where those things have like half the angles that a first-party would. I know some controllers actually just cannot display 358, which makes this trick impossible, but most do.
So teleporter room early, for the longest time, was one of the sort of holy grails of Paper Mario and the 1000-Year Door speedrunning, especially for any percent, because there is basically a free ticket to the second to last chapter in the game right under the starting city. And so for the longest time we were trying to figure out if we could somehow make our way into it, and this is such a tight gap to get into that even though it was right under our noses this whole time, it took many, many years before it was actually discovered. And there's a very good reason for that.
At least with this strategy, anyway.
Right.
There we go, he flipped in. It's possibly the most satisfying trick to see in this game.
Yeah.
So now we're in Chapter 7, but technically we're not in Chapter 7.
Yeah.
So for some reason, the sequence value gets updated from a note in a room. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's not even one that you have to read. So there's a room upstairs that we need to enter a password. Red note tells us what the password is and also updates the sequence to somewhere in chapter 7. But you don't actually have to read the note. You can just go enter the password. You already know it.
Yeah, so there's 0.4 to update the sequence, but I mean, it's a good thing they did, or else this would have been really bad.
Well, I mean, we could just go enter the password. It would be.
Oh. Well, either way, you get what I'm saying.
Because the sequence has to be in chapter 7 for this key card. And also for the rest of the run.
Yeah, so even though we only really come in here to progress our sequence, we might as well just grab most of the things here because it is just faster to do it.
Yeah, especially that one there, because, as I said, it has to be in Chapter 7 to be able to get that key card. Yeah, So we're basically going to the right, going back to the left, and then we'll leap again. We'll finish chapter 7 later. Don't want to finish it now, even if we can't. We definitely don't have the fight the boss.
You can actually finish the chapter here.
The only thing is that the way we get into chapter 8, the final one, is we have to beat chapter 7. So if we beat it now, then we'd have to beat it again later.
Yeah, that too.
Anyway, in case some of you were really sad that there was only one super fun court quiz, guess what? There's actually a second one. It's the 66th annual Super Fun Court Quiz. Somehow a year has already passed since we did the first one earlier in the run.
Wouldn't this be the 67th though? Because isn't there one in chapter 4?
No. Should be. Said you just have to guess that guy's name. I still don't know what it is, actually.
Yeah, I only know one person's name, and apparently his name is gonna be Thickums.
True. Okay, then he just drops the elevator key from the ceiling, I guess. There's some interesting ways to avoid enemies. Like on the... Or on the lower floor here, we got the guy like stuck beside the door. In a lot of places, there's like kind of specific setups to avoid.
Yeah, enemies generally have a nice little area that they will normally walk in, and if they get to the edge of that area, there's a little bit of a cooldown before they will notice you again. And so sometimes Glan will sort of stay at that outer edge of that range, wait for them to get there, and then walk past them while they're sort of distracted.
That'll also be very useful later for the final trick we'll do in this game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my favorite.
Anyway, we're leaving chapter 7 now. Where Coops is like, where are we? Not like we just clipped through the door or anything, you know.
Yeah, not like we were in here. And I'm gonna do a super jump here. This is a completely intended trick, actually.
The trick. The first instance of the super jump, isn't it? So every time you jump on Koops or Yoshi, Mario's jump gets stored for a moment. And once you do that, if you step on up to a slightly higher ledge and then jump, he will just infinitely float into the air. Just like that. So pretty much what's happening here is he's putting in an action replay disc and he's turning on Moon Jump.
The funny thing is, though, that so people used moon jump hacks in this game beforehand, before knowing that this was even something that could be done, and it looks exactly the same.
This was discovered like a few years ago when it really revolutionized.
So now we're in chapter 2. For the first time, but the game's like, oh ho ho. This is the second time you've entered here. There are a couple of enemies here. He will avoid them all because he is a complete Chad.
Yeah.
And we're gonna enter this pipe right here as well.
The game thinks that we've already beaten everything up to chapter 7. You don't have to do anything, everything's open already. Except for one thing. We have to click this.
Yeah. So you notice that he switched into Goombella there, so we're actually going to use her tattling ability to do something called a Goombella buffer. And that actually, every time you talk to Goombella, loading zones just kind of die. So you can walk a little bit before she talks, and you can actually kind of walk into past a loading zone. And if you do that, you can clip into a wall and be able to grab super boots. Because even though your sequence is in chapter 7, the Jabby fight, the Jabby hives aren't gone. So you do have to actually do something to skip past them.
Yeah, and with the loading zone, unlike a lot of games where it's just like a full polygon, whatever, in this game, it's just like kind of an invisible wall and acid. So if we can just get past that like thin wall, then we'll understand it.
We're gonna see him go through this loading zone now with the Goombella buffers. And there you go. Now we're gonna do a thing where if you pause the game and jump at the same frame, Mario's gonna infinitely jump, and during that time he can jump through thin walls like that.
Am I?
You're in the middle of it. There you go.
I was doing that really well for a while. Lately I've been getting kind of lost.
So by grabbing these super boots, you actually bring your sequence back to chapter 2.
For some reason. Alright, that was really difficult. Thank you for the tutorial, Toad. I understand. I don't need to do it.
I called Toadhead for a second.
She just happily runs away. I'm never gonna see her again. Little does she know. Swap back to Koops as well here, because Mario will fall on it.
Yeah, so the best part about this is now you're entering through here, Mario just walks directly through the Jabby nest, and then the Jabbies come out like, where is he? Where'd he go? And now there are 2 text boxes overlapping each other. Oh, whoa, Nelly.
Oh,
You know, it's
I
something
lost the
kind of-
fight. That's a really bad time loss, actually.
Yeah. You know, Grubba says, whoa, Nelly, and I always just imagining him having like a really soft voice, so he's just like, whoa, Nelly, that ain't good. You found my secret paper.
Oh, I didn't dump Koops off the cliff there. It's sad. Alright, so now we basically just
also-
leave, but because our sequence reverted to chapter 2, there's now going to be an X-Naut in this room again. I have to dodge, which is why I unlock the door first.
That is perfect RNG, actually. So he doesn't actually have to do anything to avoid it, he can just walk down. What were you gonna say, Linguini?
Glenn, quick reminder to grab FP plus
yeah,
on the
yeah.
outside here.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm gonna grab an extra badge here so I can get an extra safety. Oh look, it's the Traveling Toad Sisters. They're here apparently. I didn't know that.
You guys are really creepy looking
They
for
are.
some reason.
They must appear there like mid-chapter 2, because I don't think I've ever seen them. At least in any runs. Now we can just leave again.
Yeah, so now that we have the super boots, we can do some things to get into chapter 6 now.
Oh, that was...
So from this point forward, we're just going to be kind of jumping back and forth between chapters. Like, I mean, we've already kind of have been. We went to chapter 7, then to chapter 2, then to, like, chapter 2. Now we're going to go to chapter 6. So, we're going to grab a badge near the end of this hallway here instead of just walking directly out, which is a damage dodge, I think.
Yeah. The reason we're grabbing so many badges is just because they sell for a lot of money. It's the fastest way to...
Yeah. And we're right outside of here. There are blue pipes to send us to different areas of the game we've already explored. Normally you'd need the super or ultra hammer to do this, but if we use a trick we did earlier called Hazard Respawn Glitch, we can spawn in the very middle of the room and skip using at all. Or you could do ultra hammer early.
Yeah.
If you play on Japanese.
Just, you know...
Just like that. You know, double first try.
Yeah,
And you're
nice
gonna
first
see
try.
what he's gonna do. He's gonna do another one by so landing on that button doesn't actually reset Mario's position, so you can hazard respawn glitch off of there.
As long as you land directly from it.
Yeah. And now we're in chapter 6, but the game still thinks we're in chapter 2. So we have to read a note.
Yeah.
And by reading this note, the train has an email that becomes active that I swear is unused because I never see it ever. But you know what? It's alright.
Why?
Yeah, because it's not even there in the Japanese version.
It just has different
And-
conditions to the
Because, like,
Japanese. They have like every.
and also, I swear it's not there if you just enter through here. Like, I don't know. I don't know anything
in the
about
middle
this
of
game.
the train sequence, I believe. It's in the middle of the chapter instead of at the end.
Normally it triggers on day 3
Yeah.
when you wake up on day 3, and then you go to the conductor is when you're supposed to. Or not the conductor, the engineer.
So he's gonna save here. We're gonna do another super jump on that email. This is probably the hardest one to do.
It's hard. It's not actually that hard, but it's also possible. Just like everything in this game.
So we're gonna get Coops trapped behind that wall there, and what that does is it actually it takes a little bit longer for him to get to the email, and because of that, if Coops is on screen, then Mario will just shoot him instantly, and not do anything. But since he's off screen, the jump will get stored.
Too funny. I'm facing right here because it'd be a good visual cue of whether.
Even though sometimes if you turn around, you can still get it.
Yeah, I've never seen that happen. Alright,
There we go.
Because I was still facing right after the email, it means
Yeah, so he's gonna. So now we gotta make sure not to jump, and we'll be good.
yeah, so I have to do the most impossible thing in this game, which is opening doors without jumping.
Yeah,
to
it's
do
a
that
lot
3
harder than it
times.
seems because the hitboxes of these doors are actually garbage. But
Yeah, especially the Sanctum one's really weird. You can only open it in the. I've had it happen before where I tried to open the left side and I jumped. You have to actually be in the middle.
Yeah, that's an important part of doing these super jumps is or with this jump storage is that you can't jump with Mario or you will lose it. And so you can only use it for the specific jump that you need it for.
There is one way you can jump, which is if you go into tube mode. But getting tube mode is a massive pain. Basically never comes up. Also really. Oh, okay. I don't know how that happened.
yeah, so
It's bumped the ceiling.
that's unfortunate. That's why I tend to stand further right when I do that. I just always do that.
Yeah, I think I
It's
messed my
annoying.
setup up. Like a. I have kind of a weird setup. That's unfortunate. Save the kid.
Oh, while you're getting set back up, you mind if I say a few things?
Sure.
All right, so basically, I think coming up here soon, there is that incentive for naming Yoshi. I think it's about at the hour 30 mark, around there.
Yeah, maybe a little bit late. Somewhere around there.
Yeah, so if you do want to change the fate of Thickums to something else, definitely get your donation in. It is currently sitting at $86.50, while everything else does not have a donation, so there is still a chance.
People really want Thickums.
It is a good name. I mean, I did put some money towards it too. And then there's another incentive afterwards for Super Metroid Ascent, either to kill or save the animals. Currently, saving the animals is in the lead, so if you also want to donate towards that, definitely get those donations in.
I tried donating $14 towards Thickums, but
Damn.
my card got denied.
Uh-oh.
So, unfortunately, I have no donation to give, but, you know, I tried my best. And now we're gonna try it again.
Yeah.
Cutscene. Again, you know, we have the Shadow Sirens,
They just took the star,
Maryland.
though. I don't know if I can beat the chapter anymore.
I know, it's, like, terrible. Oh, what's the other one called? It's Maryland, I always forget the
Belden.
other one's name. Oh yeah, Belden. And, Dupless. Except,
Wait, his name's Duplex? Been trying to figure that one out for a long time.
yeah, I mean, all Crystal Stars runs would just die there, wouldn't it? Like,
Yeah, I mean, they
like,
have.
oh, what's his name? Hopefully he doesn't hit the roof again. He barely made that. I mean, like, you were practically, like, pixels off of just falling down.
Yeah, I mean, that's my stuff of it. A lot of dark boots. They're
It's a bunch of...
they're purple.
Yeah.
About all there is. Nice.
And here we go. Mario's like, oh wow, a crystal star. I found one of these in like an hour.
Now we beat chapter 6. What does that do for us? Basically nothing.
Yeah, so this isn't normally required in any percent speedrun, but you do have to do this to be able to set up a jump storage with an email to be able to get to chapter 3 without completing chapter 2. And something weird about this, it's the only crystal star in the game where it doesn't end directly after. You do have to walk out of the sanctum.
Yeah, chapter 6
Unless
is
you-
really weird.
Unless you count Dupless stealing Mario's body, then you know that I guess that too. But does that
Yeah.
really count?
Kind of chapter 5 too. And it does
Oh
count.
wait, chapter 5 does that too. I forgot.
Yeah. So you can actually steal the star from that cutscene.
And
Then
then
you can't leave chapter 4 bit, so.
sorry, dude. I mean, sir.
Alright, so Peach like just met with the computer to go. And now Gross already knows about it and will put a stop to it.
And unfortunately, Tech is gonna die.
Yeah.
I think it's Frankly's fault, honestly.
Oh, it definitely is. Like you'll see here. Frankly, it was working the whole time. Also, kind of do a form
And
of feet swapping.
For some reason, there's a lot of dust that comes off of his feet. Like, I mean, not there. You know, the time I mention it, it just won't be there. But you know, you get the idea.
He's old. Must on him or something.
Yeah, that's how that works. The more you age, the more
Yeah.
dust appears on your body.
That's definitely how it works.
Well, he is an archaeology professor, isn't he? So
Yeah,
technically,
yes.
that's some more dust that he would have on him too. Funny
Frankly, it's
thing
just
about
like-
that text box there is if you don't click through it, Peach will just keep typing away even though Crow said hold it. She'll just keep typing until you close the text box for hours.
Yeah, so frankly, he's completely unfazed. He's just standing by Gross' side here.
Yeah, if you had Flavio, he would stand inside of Grotus.
Just goes to show that frankly actually was working, and this is his plan.
He's like, ha 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 ha. I mean, he's frowning. Like, yeah, he looks angry. Except I'm pretty sure every Goomba frowns. I don't think they're ever happy. I mean, why would you be happy as a Goomba? Like, you have no arms. You just sit around.
Yeah, and they live in Rogueport. Like, it's not a very nice place to live.
Well, know, they get some pretty cool hats sometime. Yeah.
They
Some of
can't
their
ever
hats
take
are
the
cool.
hat off, like, or maybe they
Oh,
can,
true.
but then they can't get it back on.
I'll say what you will about Frankly, he certainly gets his steps in for the day.
Yeah, he gives himself the extra, you know, Luigi comes out like, what happened?
Here we have a Bowser level. This is the first one in the game.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I mean.
Kind of a weird design decision.
I think it's because Bowser is like 3 Marios tall. That's my guess.
I mean, Bowser has a really bad posture, though, so he might be like 4 Marios tall.
That's true.
Okay, that's great. But
So now Bowser's about half a Mario tall.
he's as tall as Frankly, so Frankly's short. Now they're here. I don't know where this is supposed to be. I don't think they managed to explain that. Who's this chicken, man? Pain. So I'm gonna save after this. Now, fail it, I'll have to. Hopefully, it won't be not that hard.
Yeah, so we're gonna do another jump storage here, and there's an email on the right that pops up after chapter 6, which is why we complete it.
So first we have to find the crack in the door, similar to teleporter, really, except this one we don't need. It's big angle, we just up.
Well, it is a specific stick angle. It's just really, really easy to hold.
But it's hard to find the crack in the front.
I'm pretty sure the crack is 1 pixel.
Alright, and we just jump through the train.
So now we line up in a certain spot, and then shoot cubes so he'll go off screen when you let go of him. Line up in another specific spot, and then get into the cutscene. So I'm pretty sure that worked.
Find out.
Yeah, it did. Let's go.
Alright, so now we can go to Blitzville. That's called a blimp ticket skip. Keeps having to get the blimp ticket. Just completely ignore this security guard here.
So, you know, coming up now soon, in about 15 minutes, is Yoshi.
Yeah. But first I'm gonna have to talk to the blimp guy again, but I really need to make sure I don't accident. That would be really bad.
So yeah, for some reason, there's a skip where you can go into the door into Minor League without talking to Jolene again, which doesn't work unless you leave again for whatever reason.
Yeah, well, you can't even go back in at all. So like what happens is, like what's normally supposed to happen is there's a flag that tracks with you until after chapter 3.
Oh, okay.
Because after you beat chapter 3, they don't let you like come back as a return fighter until you leave back.
Yeah,
And so we're in a post-chapter 3 state, and we haven't left Glitzville yet. Have to...
Right. So basically, this is just a little gift from the game for us chapter hopping essentially, because we just finished chapter 6 and we're coming back to chapter 3.
If they hear the blimp music.
And the Blitzville music.
I'm gonna pick up a star piece here. Get 5 star pieces to buy a badge later. It's gonna be like one of the last things we do, so have a lot of freedom and.
Yeah, there are a lot of them, but there's a certain 5 that are the fastest. And I don't know what those 5 are. I just grabbed 5 that I know of.
Alright, so now we're gonna come back as a returning fighter, and we're gonna be able to get Yoshi from this, even though like we're not doing it normally as the story intends.
I'm pretty sure the game thinks Frankly is the Yoshi egg.
Yes.
Yeah, basically what the game does is it checks if there's like a third character following you, so Mario, your partner, and then whatever third entity. And if there is one, it thinks, oh, that must be the Yoshi egg, because there's nothing else that you would have in chapter 3, right?
Yeah. Something like that. So here, in order to get Yoshi, we have to beat the minor league, which is the first 10 fights. And this is a massively horrible RNG section of the speedrun, because every fight we do, we get a random condition that we have to follow, which could be like, don't use items, don't use FP, don't hammer, jump, or just various things. Some of them are really, really bad and slow. Don't use items is especially bad, because I'm going to use fright masks on fights to avoid getting too much, or like, too high a level. Star point. And if we don't get to use a fright mask, then we get too many to actually kill them.
Or you could run away.
Or we can run away and try the fight again, which is probably what I'll do. So hopefully we get some good G.
Yeah, so let's see what his condition here will be.
Jump it.
So that's there are certain
gonna swap
conditions
to
where most of the time there's not really going to be any effect from what you're doing.
Yeah, the really bad ones for this will be don't attack for 3 turns, take damage 5 times, and don't use items.
Yeah.
And then to a lesser extent, appeal 3 times. But that one's still bad, but...
So we bought 2 extra fright masks in case, because there is a chance that some of them don't run away. And I think the piranha plant later that we're gonna fight has a 4% chance to run away, and that's it.
It's a 30 actually.
Oh yeah, so I'm pretty sure most of the time where you just kill them.
I only have 1 extra fright mask. But I don't need them. Most enemies here.
What did you get?
Use a special.
Oh.
Yeah, so like most enemies here have a really good chance. Maybe some have a 100% chance. Like I think the Pokemon have 100%. Never seen them. Others are like 90, 95%. Here I have to use a special move. I'm gonna just use Earth Tremor and fail it immediately. I don't want to kill them. It's gonna be the fastest.
Just gonna do awe, cause an entire earthquake. It doesn't really affect them that much.
Yeah, but like the Shadow of Bowser, okay, that's too much.
Yeah.
I think they're more scared of the hologram technology that's required to pull that off instead of, the actual skill of Bowser.
Yeah, for real. Like, Mario just puts his arms up and then an entire hologram of Bowser comes out and is like, grrr, and it scares them. I mean, they put that in a jar in 64. I mean, like, literally just scaring a jar. Like, come on.
True.
There's like that Family Guy thing, beat up in a can. He just opens up the can, just gets punched in the face like 100 times. That's pretty much what the fright jar is.
Yeah, so this fight, I'm gonna not use a fright mask. These only have a 10% to run, so we're just gonna power shell. They also only have 1 HP.
I do like that for some of these enemies, it like makes sense that they have less of a chance to run. Like for these dead bones, like they've already died once. They don't have anything left to be afraid of. Why would they run away?
Yeah, for real. If they die, they're just gonna stand back up like, it's the 18th time I've died today. Within the hour, I've died 3 times.
There's even another like minor RNG thing, which is the prize money you get from this small. And
I just thought it gave you a certain amount of time, a certain amount of money. You heard it here, folks. I know nothing about the 1,000-Year Door speedrun.
And we want to buy a bunch of items after use prize money. So if we don't get very much, then we'll screw it on. No FP, I think. Which doesn't matter.
There's a moment. We do have a donation.
Sure.
So Quillen donated $5 and said, "Had a great first hosting shift. Looking forward to the rest of the marathon." And those $5 did go to Thickums, which is currently sitting at $91.50. So if you do want to donate and change the fate of Yoshi, definitely get those donations in.
I didn't even realize this. We got to over $1,000 in the total donations.
Yeah, that
I believe
actually was pretty early in.
We only have a few more fights before we get Yoshi, so if you want to change it,
now is your time. If you want to donate $92 to change it, then now is your time.
Alright, I got a PL3. Fantastic.
It could be worse.
Could be worse. You know, we gotta get the crowd riled up by waving to them and stuff, instead of just instantly playing. Oh, yeah, it could be worse. Could have a rune powder.
He could not use it.
No, he won't.
Okay, in reality, that might not affect things.
It might not.
Well, there's an issue. He's not gonna run away. Like,
Yeah.
now hopefully Mario doesn't.
Cool.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't even really matter because
It does. Yeah. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, Hammer's a one-shot kill.
Not with regular hammer.
Oh. Ah, dang it.
Unfortunately. That was dumb. That guy in the crowd had a can he was gonna throw at me today. At least it wasn't don't swap partners. It didn't.
Anyway, that brings up two other things about battles. One is that enemies can just randomly have items in battle that they will usually use on their first available turn.
Yeah, any
And
status
also-
affecting item is a guaranteed use.
Right. And also, you'll see that in every battle there's a crowd, and they will also occasionally have items that they will throw at Mario. They can be good items or they can be bad that hurt Mario if they get thrown at him, like cans and rocks. Those will deal 1 damage to either Mario or his partner. You can also get lucky and get thrown items that you can actually use if they throw them at you, but for the most part we want to avoid any items being thrown at all. And so if we see that there's an item somewhere in the audience and we don't want to know what it is, we'll want to get rid of it as soon as we can.
Yeah, you can either press X to like, kill dog. You can just go through your turn quickly before. Is usually preferable. Oh, cool! Don't attack. This is the best part. You know, when the game just says like, "How about you just stop playing the game for like 30 seconds?"
Especially sucks because the conditions up to this point were pretty good.
Yeah, they were pretty. It's fine. It's the. Oh, but you have to have storm. I don't even have to guard.
Rage for the Bob-omb not using the item.
Yeah, pretty.
Alright, one more.
Go rage.
Yo.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
And we're gonna have exactly enough experience.
Yep.
So there isn't actually anything in this next fight with the bandits that can completely overlevel you. Because if you get no items, they can just the fry masks away from you and then have them run away in the next turn.
Yeah.
So if you get something like don't attack for the first 3 turns, you can also do that if you want.
Kill 3 times, so yeah, I'll steal my. Well, I guess I don't have to.
No, it's not worth it because you'll have to go through the extra turn anyway.
Yeah. I'll have one. Second turn. Just put Koops in front because Koops has 1 defense. Good at blocking stuff. That felt super early, but worked.
Also,
so
ordinarily.
Yes, sir.
So ordinarily, with all this appealing, you see all these stars circling the top bar of the screen. We would be getting points to use for special moves, but because we didn't actually finish prologue, we don't see that actually accumulating.
I think he might have to grab the ink coupon. So now he's gonna level up BP here again, and that'll allow us to buy a bunch of Power Rush Ps along with using Mega Rush P to deal a hell of a lot of damage. Now that, in the famous words of Phil Swift, now that's a lot of damage.
True.
Except instead of in a boat, it's to living things.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a cutscene here. They're gonna talk about how they don't know where King K went, even. But yeah, there's gonna be this cutscene, one more fight, which I'll run away from and have Yoshi. So that'll be one incentive. We'll close. If anybody wants Yoshi to not be named Thickums, which I highly doubt at this.
Yeah, you have about a minute left.
I'm assuming that's in all caps
Yeah, it better be.
and with 2 C's.
So, here's the thing, right? This condition doesn't matter. No matter what you get, it doesn't matter.
In this category.
Don't run away.
Yeah. Because all we need to do is run away, and then that's it. This is an unwinnable battle. These guys have infinite defense, and the only way to kill them is throw them at each other. So after the first time you fight them, then you get G. Assuming you have the egg, which the game thinks we do because we have a follower. It's not the egg, but things don't make sense all.
Alright. So these guys, Mario just can't kill them. For whatever reason. Yoshi can eat them, though.
Yeah, well, they're made of iron, and as we all know, iron is indestructible. Completely indestructible. Alright, here's Yoshi. Is he being named Thickums? I would
He's
assume
indeed
so.
being named Thickums.
Oh, it's
We got an orange Yoshi, too, so we could have named him Garfield. All caps, Thickums.
Alright, here we
Let's go.
Yep, and with the double C.
It's not gonna... Oh, wait, it will fit. Never mind. We're gonna put 3 C's and name him Thickum. Thickums joined your party. And it calls him Yoshi in here, man. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah, call him Thickums while riding
That's his
Thickums.
name. We're riding Thickums. I feel like that would add too many possibilities for people if they did that. it would add too much. It would give them too much power.
Yeah, true. Alright, now we're done here. Don't need to do
Yeah, thankfully.
baloney. Yo, they got a poster of that chick.
Hey, it's Jake Bopdart.
Alright, so before I leave Glitzel, we're gonna go to the shop. I'm gonna buy some point swaps. Point swaps are gonna be very useful if you get the partner into peril or HP. You need to do for a large amount of.
Okay, so we're actually gonna max out our inventory here, even if we don't need all these point swaps, because we do need to have max items here to be able to get a jump storage.
That's it. Leave. Don't have 10 coins, so I have to sell badges. Alright, so the cool thing about Thickums is that it'll let us move a lot faster.
Yeah, so speed swaps are now irrelevant.
Okay. Angle. I'm gonna do another just cut. Yeah. Ordinarily I wouldn't save this much in a run. So now we need to do some chores, get some badges that we need. We have to go to the trouble center.
Yeah, we're just gonna run some errands real quick in the middle of it. You know, Peach could be dead right now, but like, yeah, let's just run some errands. You know, Glan, we could still go get Flavio.
I don't know how you would do that.
Wouldn't you just get Bobbery and then go back, and he would get pressured into coming with you?
I guess. I think I won't though. I had Flavio when I ran All Solicitor.
You didn't do Flavio skip.
Hard on this. I have way more coin. That's on sale. Nice.
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 So that's a jump storage. That's a Yoshi jump storage. If you grab a star piece or an item and use Yoshi at the same time, you actually get jump storage from it. That's a really difficult one to do. So, props to you for getting it.
Yeah, they're
So now we're
really...
gonna get jump storage on this little platform, and this will allow us to get double dip.
hopefully it wasn't far left. Go too far left there, you reset your hazard piece down there.
That's only if you what's it called? Land on the boat panel.
Here we have to do Frankie's trouble. We have to listen to him explain what troubles are, otherwise he just tells you to go away for some reason. You want to know how this works? No, I understand. Okay, then go away. I forgot one of those.
Now the rainy spawn.
Yeah, the reason why we have to do this is that he gives us the gold card for the parlor, and that puts Power Rush P into their stock. So then we're going to be able to buy a bunch of Power Rush Ps. Okay, I didn't move there. Idiot.
I think you have 6 star pieces, by the way.
I didn't get the one behind the pipe.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't normally get that one. So probably all the panel jumps. Should have 5. Definitely don't want to go over 5 because you get a little mixed on Dazzle. So we're gonna buy Power HPs as prize from the parlor, but we don't have to gamble. We just have to buy a bunch of Piantas, which is a 3-to-1 exchange with coins. Have to get
136. That'll allow us to buy
4 of them. Plus the one we already have.
And that, in combination with the double dip and the point swaps that we have, will be our main way of doing damage for the last part of the game here.
Yeah, so we'll have Mega Rush P, which increases damage by 5 as long as you're at 1 HP. Power Rush increases damage by 2 if you're 5 or less. I have 5 of those on. So overall, with Yoshi at 1 HP, 15 extra damage, and his basic attack hits 4 times. But it decreases by 1 damage every. Some math. But the first hit will be 16, 15, 14, 13. Minus whatever defense they had. By a life should be safety.
Which means per attack you do with Yoshi, you'll do 58 damage. That's a lot.
And then if the enemy has any defense, it'll be For each point of defense that they have, he'll do 4 less damage.
So buying a life stream there for safety, you don't have to, but it'll make the final bosses much safer.
Now we're gonna head back into chapter 7. The fun fact, it's actually faster to do. Yeah, it's a good thing you noticed that. That would have been really bad if you got to Magnus and then Yoshi just does absolutely nothing when he starts compounding on him.
Yeah, I'm probably safe there too. Never know if I get a bucket or something. Now we got the elevator key from before, so we can go down.
Oh, that's another good thing to mention. So, Glenn, you just said something about a bucket. So, there are stage hazards that can happen in battle. Generally, I think they have a higher chance to happen after specific actions that Mario does.
Yeah.
Like, things can collapse after hammers, I believe.
Ground pound is one of the attacks that knock things.
Okay. So
Particularly rough.
every time that one of those falls, it has a chance to hit anybody, or friend or foe in the battle. And of course, we don't want it to hit Mario or the partner, because that could potentially kill them, especially if it hits Yoshi, because we're specifically getting him down to 1 HP. So
Yeah, another thing,
hazards are bad.
Another thing Glan just did there is he, as you can see, he was able to toss around the item because he had full items already, and he was able to get jump storage off of that.
Here we can just lower the edge of the movement range, like we mentioned earlier. This is a hard part, putting the card keys without jumping by accident.
If you jump by accident, you can get it off of a sleepy sheep downstairs, but you ideally wouldn't want to do that.
Don't do that, sir.
Are you? I thought that wasn't gonna work first. Oh. That was almost really scary. If you fall in that little hole with a switch, it's actually a soft walk. You can't get out of there.
It is a soft walk.
And Glenn was pretty close to falling in there, but... Or is that what you intentionally did?
I always land on the wall. Then... So you're gonna swap to Coops. Swapping partners in the background is faster because there's no animation of them physically swapping out. This room is also terrible. Funny trivia, going into the shop in West Rogueport actually fixed some memory so that opening this door won't crash the game because I skipped activating the air belt. But
it is possible for the game not to crash if you do that, but it's like...
It depends what you do, but I don't think anyone really understands it much.
All I know is that entering the shop does prevent it. Unless you buy 2 or more items, which for some reason that...
Really?
Yeah, if you buy more than 1 item, it makes so you have to re-enter the shop again.
Anyways, Agnes 2. I don't know why he's called 2. It's writing him. So first turn he's gonna do the drill attack. Swap. Now we're gonna use double dip, which allows us to use 2 items in 1 turn, but also takes 4 FP, which puts us down to 1 FP. use a coin swap, which swaps HP and FP. So we're gonna give Yoshi 1 HP. Thickums, sorry. Now he does 1 billion damage, and I got a stylish parry mashing. It's cool. Then because we did enough damage to Magnus, he detaches the drills, which takes his whole turn. He doesn't do any damage. We just finish him off. That's it. Fight.
I have exactly 40 FP here. Or not FP, star points.
Now, if only we had Flavio, he would just be...
He would just be sitting there. Menacingly. He's standing there.
I think my favorite Flavio thing is in the Crystal Stars cutscene between Shadow Queen fights at the Great Trees, just like running in. That's my favorite one. Alright, so now that we beat Chapter 7, we can just go right into Chapter 8. It doesn't actually check if you have all 7 stars at any point.
Yeah, frankly, the game just doesn't care. It just assumes you're gonna get them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cool thing about this game is that instead of relying upon actual collectibles that you have, a lot of the time it will just reference your sequence, and if your sequence ID is high enough, it'll say, oh yeah, you're supposed to be here.
We can also do a little swag. Fire me. There's nothing really going on for here. Donations.
Yeah, no donations yet, but definitely get those in. I'll go ahead and actually put a quick blurb here about the charity Save the Children. They are a charity that supports children from early childhood through basic education programs and beyond, ensuring that children are able to learn and thrive all across the world. So if you want to help out, definitely get that donation in, and there are still incentives. Definitely Super Metroid Ascent, you can choose to save or kill the animals. So if you want to support, get those donations in.
This intermission's luckily shorter. Since Peach was kidnapped in the last one, there's Peach intermission. Bowser.
Oh, thank God.
Goes to talk to Pennington, who's the best character in the
Oh yeah.
I'll not be taking further questions this time.
Good.
But we do have, I guess, a little bit of an intermission here, and that we have to talk to Tech before.
Oh yeah, surprise, Tech isn't actually dead anymore.
But then Tech blows itself up with all risk something. Yeah, the next place we're gonna go is Palace of Shadow, which is the final dungeon. Which has some tricky movement and counter dodge. So, like, kind of the biggest sequence break discovered in the game. Saves a lot of time. Called Palace Skip.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be great fun. So, get out of here. I'm gonna go buy item hog badge from Dazzle. That trick relies on getting item chance. Double jump.
Also, I don't know if you want to join this, but for every attempt of Palace Skip, I'll be donating an extra $5. So if you get it first try, $5. Second
Yeah,
try,
I'll do
$10. Yeah.
Purposefully reset. Does that include items? So item
don't know.
resets count. But you could possibly donate over $50 because of that. No. Alright, and now we're heading into chapter 8. Mario's like, God, this has been a really great 3 chapters we went through.
Now we should go to 8, because we've done 3.
It's more like 2.5. You do half of chapter 3 and half of chapter
We
7.
do like a 10th of chapter 6.
That too.
Alright, so Frankly's here. I don't know how he's here, because he turned into... I think something weird. That worked.
That did not work.
Sure.
Yeah. So, remember when I said it worked?
Yeah. By item hog. There are faster ways to get jump stored. PC.
Yeah, that's a great excuse for not learning faster strats, is because you're lazy.
Yeah, I could just do runs.
It's always worked for me.
That Koopa Patrol there, awful.
He's a bit of a Koopa troll, if you will.
Yeah, I was about to say that. That's what I thought he said before I realized he said Koopa Patrol. But
It's the same thing, really. Like,
I mean, pretty much. Now we're gonna make our way into the last chapter of the game, where
we're gonna hold
everyone
up our
calls it
crystal
Pal Skip,
stars.
but I call it the Skip.
So here's our 3 crystal stars that we got.
As you can see, well, they're multiplying. What?
I can only see 3. 1, 5, 8, 9, 2, 3.
Oh, okay, yeah, see?
I think I missed one, but there are definitely 3 there. Yeah, this is another example of the game relying on sequence instead of items that you have gathered.
Because this game is smart.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, those are other crystal stars. Wait, they're not in your pocket? Oh, well, they are now.
True. Just like the blimp guy in Glitzville, he just lets you go. Shit if you have the ticket or not.
He's just like, yeah.
You're here,
What's
you
that?
must have it. Like,
Yeah, you probably have it.
I mean, what are they gonna do? Like, not let me off the floating island?
Yeah, just jump off. Come on, man.
You could turn into a paper airplane, Mario.
Oh yeah, you could turn into a paper
plane
airplane.
panel up there.
Yeah, there's a plane panel up there. Just turn into a paper airplane and just fly out.
Honestly, probably faster than the blimp. That's a long cutscene.
Yeah, for real. We should just start skipping the blimp cutscene and just fly off of it with the plane. So we're not actually skipping the entirety of Palace of Shadow with Palace Skip. We're only skipping about 95% of it.
I think I could have made it past there.
So we do have to do this beginning portion of it, unfortunately.
Oh. Not stand in the middle. You just run
Go right in
between the
between these
bombshell
guys.
bills.
Bill, skip. Okay.
Not good enough at it. You can just run away from him. That's it.
Yeah, the thing about running away from those bullet bill blasters is that you can skip them, but if you make the attempt to skip them and fail it and still get into the encounter, you're losing extra time.
You can do another
And we're gonna
HRG
do. Yeah, that one's a lot easier though, because you can just hop on Yoshi, and for some reason it works. We're gonna grab that blue sheet. Now we don't have Vivian or Tube mode, so we do have to actually encounter Zember to get invisibility frames.
Come here.
I know Glen's very sad about not having Vivian, almost as much as I am.
Hello, sir.
You did that extremely late, and I thought that wasn't gonna hit him. Well, now you can put Coops in peril in this
Here,
fight.
I'm gonna do a little different strat because I have the extra life. To get
Oh,
used to this
true.
fight, I'm just gonna use yeah. Faster thing here would be to get Coops in peril in that fight with a point up. And use it to do 15 damage to everything here, but there's a chance he dies from that, and I don't want just to be safe.
And just match the A button. Press that button, the big green button in the middle of it, right, just like that. As you can see, if you look at Glan's face cam, he's vibrating his hand. Now, you may have some other thoughts in your head that, and to which I say, you are very messed up in the mind. He's pressing the A button. Come on, man. What are you thinking?
Press the A button. So we get 100 star points. Be smooth. And this time,
Yeah, now we're gonna
HP.
Yeah, because there are no other badges we're gonna equip. Actually, that's a lie. There is one, but we can just unequip one and equip that.
Hardest thing in the game, finding where the key drops.
Yeah, because the key is the exact same color as the dull bones. I'm not exactly sure what they were thinking in that moment.
They're thinking that you would just beat into.
Hopefully you super guard this. And he does. Oh yeah.
That's not the worst thing because I'll have enough iframe.
Yeah, it's not even really that much time loss.
Just like from the, or like their attack.
So here we're actually gonna put Coops in the barrel.
Oh yeah, I guess I have to do it here, don't I?
Yeah.
Right. Finding me.
This is a very scuffed way of putting him in the barrel, but
yeah,
you know, it does work. You actually only lose 2 coins there. So now Coops is on the edge of death right now. As you can see, so is Glan. It's like,
that's okay. Possibly.
so we grab that jam and jelly so that we can have full items, and we can do the big skip, the skip,
The skip.
the skip, the skip.
Make sure I have
And-
full items.
So what would you even do if you didn't full items? Like,
I don't know.
so Glenn, could you technically PB with this run?
I don't know. I don't know what time is.
I think if you get first try item and then get a perfect text storage and pal skip, you'll maybe PB by like 10 seconds. So good luck, man. No pressure.
I
Yeah,
have
why
no
don't
idea
you go
what
and
the time
tell
is
him?
at right now, but
We're at 2:05 right now.
Yeah, I
skip
think
takes-
technically if everything went perfectly, I could.
We all know that's not going to happen. I mean, the
No.
item's going to get like 8th try, and then it's going to take forever to get text storage.
Yeah, of course.
It's all just gonna go wrong.
You know what?
All right, that's gonna heal hoops.
That is going. Alright, then I'm not doing that. Do it
Alright.
after Palace Skip.
Here's a fun fact about this chain chomp coming up in the room after this. If you hug the top wall, he cannot hit you, no matter what.
Yeah, I'm holding you to that, okay?
Yeah, no, it won't hit you. I know it won't. I've done it like 100 times now, and he still hasn't hit me.
Oh my
As you
gosh.
can see.
I need to start doing that in my runs. What the heck?
Nobody knows about that. Nobody. I don't know
Yeah.
why nobody does it. Everyone's like, oh, but there's like a 1% chance it'll hit you. And I'm like, no. It's a 0.
Yeah, I always double back. Okay, that's very useful.
Yeah, it's also just easier. Because you don't have to, like, bait them out.
Alright, so here, I'll save
So the real
here.
question here,
Now I need
is-
to kill the left ember here. And
will Glan
Yeah, no
get first try item? If he does, if he doesn't, then Linguini will have to donate $5. So maybe it's better if he doesn't.
yeah. Alright,
Okay, well, I guess Linguini's money, his wallet is gonna stay thankful for the rest of his life, you know?
It's safe for now.
I mean, he could just miss Pal Skip.
And I still will donate $5 for first try.
Okay, so quite literally, the exact thing he needs to happen to PB is happening right now.
well, no, it's not.
You see, quite literally what's happening is the exact thing I shouldn't have said happened, and that prevented the PB.
That was completely my fault, but
Well, I jinxed it.
nice coin.
So I'm gonna make it.
Now we get to see what this looks like when it doesn't go well.
Yeah, so just like all of those item boxes that we were getting earlier in the game, it's a 50-50 chance whether the item goes left or right when Mario throws it. And
We should
want to
probably-
orient this.
Probably explain.
Probably
what's
explain what he's actually doing here. So we're getting Goombella off screen
happening, of course.
by jumping and not holding anything when he lands, and then pressing X, and then about 4 frames later pressing right. This item may despawn, just maybe.
It's okay. Takes like 20 seconds.
It's way less on JP. What? Oh my god.
Really?
Yeah, dude, that thing despawns in like 8 seconds.
It's 20 seconds on it. Can't believe I, get the run away. That's usually what happens.
Dude, this trick's really hard to do.
Oh yeah, so Red, do you want to explain what exactly Palace Skip is? Like what the intended outcome here
Oh,
is?
okay. So, if you defeat Gloomtail and then complete Riddle Tower, this floor kind of goes down, and then there are a bunch of like rooms and stuff. You can actually go to these rooms by clicking out of bounds with the Yoshi teleport, which we'll see in a moment. And to do that, we need to get text storage, which is why I can do that.
Alright. Okay, to
And
do do that,
So in order
right
to-
at the edge of the movement range, so that it could encounter us while we have the text up and can't move.
Yeah. There are two different versions of the skip. There's the English version and the Japanese version. And since Glan is running on the worst version of the game, he's gonna have to push Yoshi through the wall and then slowly edge his way to the middle of the room where the loading zone is.
Yeah.
And this walk, like, you have to walk a little bit and then push Yoshi back out of bounds. And it is the most annoying thing on this planet.
Oh, it's
There's
not
nothing
that bad.
There's nothing that makes me more mad in this game than this.
Yeah, Thickums has sort of a mind of his own. He's manageable, but he's got his own thoughts.
Oh, I call it a Yoshi teleport. It's a Thickums teleport now.
Yeah.
So Yoshi teleports, or Thickums teleports happen when you press the X button as a text box goes out. So Mario will teleport directly to Yoshi's coordinates. And if you pause at certain times, then press on a certain frame, X on a certain frame, you can encounter the Ember and then fall into the loading zone. Now, if that sounds confusing, it's because it is, and I'm also probably explaining it really poorly, but either way, you know, you just line up Yoshi here. So Glen's actually gonna stand on this golden line, and by doing this, the Ember will actually drop down like that. So now there's a chance there's gonna be a 2-frame window to do this, which there's not going to be. He's gonna have to get a 4th frame, and he gets it.
Nice.
Alright, so now I have to run away. And that makes it that Mario is now not riding Thickums anymore, and I can move, touch the loading zone.
You
I just
barely hit that.
managed to.
That was really
Yeah,
close.
okay, nice. So first try is actually really nice to get in a marathon.
But unfortunately, Linguini's not going to donate.
You know what? I'll donate an extra 20 for first try, so that'll bring it up to a total of 25.
Congratulations. So from here, we just have to do the rest of this last room, which isn't that much. We practically skipped the entirety of Palace of Shadow, which effectively skips Chapter 4, Chapter 5, all that great stuff. You don't need that. You don't need it.
I want to... Actually, I'll just use them.
You could have used that mushroom to heal Mario.
Yeah, normally I would, but I'm just going to use the hard block. The hard block's good too, because it'll heal.
Yeah. So now we're in the final stretch of the game. Palace Skip is done, which is definitely the hardest trick in the game. Flip double dip here as well, because if you don't do that, then your run is D, E, D.
Yeah, so now we have 4 boss fights.
Now we're fighting the man. The man, the myth. He's not really a legend, he's just the man in the myth.
He has like a brain or something.
Yeah. He's also a really easy boss fight.
Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna have to kill the Grotus X's to make them vulnerable. Just gonna double dip that with the point swap and then kill them.
Put Yoshi at 1 HP, and now all Glan has to do is attack him, and this kills.
Yeah, but he put up a lot of fight for being the villain game.
Yeah. So this is the reason why leveling is so important in the early points of the game, because if you level on that fight, Bowser becomes a lot harder to do.
Yeah, because if you level up, you get a refill of Mario when Partner's out. Yoshi comes back up to 10 HP, and he wouldn't be in peril anymore. We'd have to spend a move putting him back in peril, and us from being able to swap him out to damage. Let's see.
Is there a moment for me to jump in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did get that $25 donation from Verified Linguini.
Yo. W.
25 bucks as promised. Nice job on Palace Skip and good run overall, Glenn.
Now we have the Bowser fight. And Cammy. Don't forget Cammy.
Yeah. So first thing, we're gonna kill Cammy,
So we actually can forget about Cammy now.
because Bowser's first 2 turns are scripted, and Cammy, I think, also kind of is, but she attacks a random partner. No character. And you can't really know what she's gonna do, so we want to kill her right away. So we're gonna do 2 ground pounds first. It skips a bit of text.
You can skip more text by super guarding that, too.
Yeah, but I'm not brave enough.
Now we're gonna be in the final stretch. This is the end game now.
And I literally managed to beat Bowser without shitting myself once. I mean, normally, like, after you do Palace Skip, because you have to first strike the Emperor, you get HP, because you have to do 1 damage. And it makes it absolutely mandatory to fight against that card, die, Life Shroom, and Shadow Queen will go off the rails.
Yeah. You should probably save here just in
I
case.
will, yeah. I've been bucketed or audienced way too much. Not safe here.
Yeah. So we're actually gonna be quite a bit below estimate. Like,
Yeah, I had a
It's
really
actually-
high estimate because of Palace Skip. Yeah, this is gonna be sub 240, I think.
Yeah, right now we're at 217.
yeah, this is gonna be like a 237, I believe, which is pretty close to your PB. I am pretty sure this would have PB'd if you didn't close that text box.
Yeah, I think I could have definitely PB'd if I didn't mess that up. Definitely. Okay, so we're going to Shadow Queen. So there's 2 Shadow Queen fights. The first one we're fighting Goth Peach, actually.
Oh, the Peach.
Yeah, we have to do, I think, 61 damage to her, or 62.
Yeah. So,
And then she reveals her form. Then we have to hit her 3 times.
so the worst part about this fight is that it has, like, not even joking, 10 minutes worth of cutscenes. And because of that, every time you mess it up, you have to go through all of those cutscenes again, just over and over and over until you eventually win. Can you imagine how terrible this is casually? It's just like, oh man, they failed at the very end, and then you gotta go through all these
It's kind of
cutscenes
rough
at the end.
casually, yeah. Yeah. For other categories where we have Bobbery, there's a really good strat for one shoot. But in any percent, it's a little sketchy. It shouldn't be bad because I have 2 live streams. By any chance, I'm gonna actually look at this.
You know, if you
I
got
shouldn't say
Flavio,
that, but
If you got Flavio, you could use Bobbery on the.
True. Use Bomb Squad.
Could have got Flavio.
Okay, that's the scariest part. And you have to hit her 3 times. Basically over 3 turns, and she's gonna attack you the whole time. And all of her attacks do 7 damage, except for she spits out like a couple breaths, which do 4 each here.
And look, Flavio, Crump, and the Toad are just a lot brighter than
where's
everyone
Crump?
else. I
only
mean,
see lovable 4 Eyes. Beloved, honest sailor.
Yeah, Crump's dead. I don't know what you're talking about. All I see is four eyes.
You're right.
Actually, it might actually be Crump. I think what happened is we beat Magnus and then tired went to hiding on Dalkey. Also, frankly, it's so powerful that he killed Gale by himself.
Yeah, pretty much.
But he was a little too late, unfortunately. Yeah, so off the beach.
And now Rotus is dead.
I don't know about you guys, but I think I should serve him. Serving.
My
Yeah,
queen.
it's a hard choice to make.
My queen.
Veldum. Yeah, I am not worthy. I can't read the text.
If evil, why sexy? That's what I'm saying.
Alright, here we go.
Use another shooting star, 6 damage, and full ground pound, enough to advance her phase.
Fun fact, I'm pretty sure she has less HP on JP.
Yeah, she only takes 45.
So now, we ground pound her again. And that's what it's like. Boom, 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 boom. And now she's not dead, but she's like, oh, well, I'm close to dead, so now I'm just gonna turn into this giant being that will destroy the entire planet if you just so happen to not kill me right now.
No pressure, though.
No pressure.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's not good. He has to guard 2 of these attacks.
Wait, she's at 4?
There we go.
That's cool. Let's just get ready. I don't know why.
Because of the fire. You never hit the heart block. Because level ups only level up the
Bowser.
You could always super guard if she attacks her.
I mean, I have 2 life streams. That's fine.
So now we just attack her one more time and that could have been really bad, but
that could have been really bad. Well, I have a second life stream.
Yeah, this fight's pretty much guaranteed if you have a life stream into the final phase.
I did recently lose a PvP phase run to that happening, except it actually hitting G. Stupid.
Alright, now we have another 7 minutes worth of cutscenes. So if there are any donations, this is a great time to
join in cheering on Mario by donating to save the children.
Say go Luigi in the Go Luigi.
Also cheering on like Flurry and Vivian, Bobber.
Yeah, all those people.
They're not even here.
No donations so far, but yeah, definitely get those in and go towards those incentives.
But can we all recognize, like, the most tragic part of this, which was Twilight Town becoming dark? How are they gonna manage?
Yeah, it's not like it was dark before or anything. Like, come on. What's this? Like, you know what the crystal star is at the beginning, but you don't? Dude, Krupp reminds me of Mermaid Man. where like, he just doesn't really know what's happening anymore. He's just like, hey, listen, kid. I want to eat my meatloaf. If you don't leave me alone, I pronounce you husband and wife. And then the dude just breaks in. He's like, you may now kiss the bride. And then he rolls all the way home while the wedding theme is playing.
At least the music is good. That's what I think every time I go through this cutscene. I'm like, at least I can appreciate the music coming through.
I like this color. You do see it a lot, though.
Oh yeah.
I just want to point out that every single attack Shadow Queen did in the first fight was exactly the kind of luck that I get whenever I try to speedrun this.
Oh, I just woke up. What's happening?
Oh, don't worry, Red. We're still in the cutscene.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
What I
figure out
expected.
for another few minutes.
Hi, Demon Smalls.
Yeah, baby. Don't give up. Go, Goombella. Do it, Shrimp. You go, bro. Fight, Bomb. Yes, Flurry. We love you. Fight, hang in there. Yeah, Coops. Come on, Vivian. Rock on, guys. You know, all these great things that people are saying. Go, Luigi, or Mario. And there's Princess Peach, who apparently is just inside of her. Like, I don't know exactly what's happening. Like,
She's still alive. It's okay.
here it goes. This is the final stretch.
They're full party heal. I use a boost sheet on Thickums. Also, boost sheet will make him completely impervious to all. I almost used my life shrine by accident. Okay. It's okay. Nothing bad almost happened there.
Yeah, nothing at all.
You could attack anyone else.
Mario's just, a more interesting one to attack.
So we're gonna put Thickums in front here. Makes it more likely she'll attack him. Mario. But it doesn't really matter.
And we're almost done here. I mean, not with time, but
very likely she just doesn't
run.
do anything on. Yeah, she just attacked front fully. So she always does this charge up here, and sometimes she swaps her hands, which doesn't do anything on that turn as well. Yeah,
And that's it.
The ancient demon that was gonna destroy the world is dead.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how. I mean, if that Italian also destroys demons, like I don't know exactly know what's happening. I mean, like destroys dragons, demons, robots. Like there's nothing that can stop this man.
Yeah, nothing.
Oh, credit where credit is due. It was actually a Thickums barely holding on to life that did most of the damage here.
Yeah.
So I believe you're getting a 236.40.
Nice.
I believe that's what your time's going to be.
Yeah, so wow, we have a lot of cutscenes, but time ends right before credits start.
Yeah, we'll give a countdown though.
Also, he just goes somewhere. Gone. Also, fun thing, Peach is floating above the ground in this. After she stands up. She's floating above the ground.
Oh, she is. I've never noticed that.
Yeah, she's just, that makes sense.
She's just got a little bit of magic left over.
She's now Sun Queen.
Frankly, it was also just holding on to the chest that's bigger than him. You know?
Yeah.
Like, hey guys, you know how the treasure was actually not a treasure and it was just this ancient demon that they wanted to revive? Well, turns out there was actually a treasure too. Found it.
Yeah, and they don't ever show what treasure is, but like, I mean, there was one. It's like we finally found it, and it's like we get to see it. Oh,
like okay, I thought the treasure was like just like a lie, but okay, apparently.
Also, yay, the rest of our partners. Cool, we finally get to meet them.
Yeah, we finally get to meet the great partners such as Flurry,
I thought you
and
said
Vivian.
great.
I mean, to be fair, the only good partner in these group besides the ones we were using all run is Vivian.
Yes. Treasure was the friends we made along the way and also a gold chest. Also, they give us these mushrooms. They're the sizes of our faces.
Yeah, for some reason the mushrooms... Oh, Peach is floating here too, look. Well, she was. Like...
Cutscene's also really good if you have Flavio. Just all
yeah, well, unfortunately, Glan was a noob.
Get Flavio.
Flavio.
Look.
Should have got Flavio. If this is ever ran in a marathon again, if it's by me, I'm getting Flavio. Unless I can realistically PB. Then I'm not getting Flavio.
Try to do Bobbery early, it's so easy.
I mean, it's just holding down, bro. Just hold down. And Peach is like, oh, I was possessed, beaten up by a robot, tied up, put onto the moon. Look at how beautiful the sunset is. It's so gorgeous.
Yeah. Peach has a very unique ability to not develop any trauma anymore.
Yeah, I think after she's kidnapped by a giant mutant turtle for the first 10 times, it's just impossible to have any fear.
Makes you appreciate the sweeter things in life, if you know what I mean.
I mean, she baked a cake for him.
Did she?
Oh, yes.
No, not in this game. And now, Goombella emails Mario. And I'm pretty sure she implies that she has a crush on him, but you know what?
Probably.
We never actually get to know
I think
that.
all the females do.
I hope Vivian's the one that also has a crush on.
Oh, Vivian definitely does. She, like, practically says she loves him at the end. She's too shy.
He also just straight kisses him. Like,
Yeah, I mean they all do.
that's all. That's fair enough. Okay, let's have every single partner. Yoshi just walks up and just kisses you because he hatches out of the egg. Koops is like, all right, let's go get my dad. Just walks up to him, gives him a smooch.
Oh, when Little Thickums is fighting in its pit again. Also, like, Vivian's sisters, like, were plotting to destroy the world, but, you know, they said sorry for bullying Vivian, so, like, it's all okay now.
Yeah, I feel like they'd be scared of Vivian after all the things she did. Like, she literally killed the person that they were ruling, so I don't think they really. And as you can see, Flavio's just chilling there. And there they are.
Oh, so I guess Crump isn't Four Eyes, because we just saw Four Eyes on Hall Key,
Yeah,
so...
You're right. Oh, and now we're gonna see Goombella perform Teleporter remotely in front of our eyes.
Whoa!
Cracked. Absolutely cracked.
Cracked gamer.
There was so much on spin jump, I didn't see the on spin jump. And then she says something along the lines of like, I'll leave that blank for now. I was like, there's one more thing I need to say. Oh, maybe.
Yeah, she's like, there's one more thing I need to say, Owl.
Oh, she's like, yeah, there's no chance anyway. He's got Peach.
Yeah.
No, they don't call her Peach for nothing.
Oh yeah.
We're coming up on time now.
Yeah. Yeah. When the screen goes black.
Yeah, so Luigi's just gonna look back and forth constantly. And time. Congratulations to Glan for getting a 236.50 vote. Except they didn't set the timer correctly, so
it's, okay.
It's still going.
Yeah. Delay or something. 236. Nice, that's a good run.
Yeah, nice job, Glenn. Good job.
Hey, congratulations.
That is Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door.
Yeah, very
Played
good
it
speed
in
game.
full.
If you are interested in running this game, I would recommend joining the Discord.
Yeah, we've got a really friendly community, and we're always happy to answer any questions that you have. Bunch of different fun categories. Any percent, of course, is one of the fast ones. Glitchless and 100% are much longer, but still good runs.
Also, hit category 2.
Yeah.
Hit of 100 trials.
Now finished about 30 minutes off of, or 25 minutes off estimate. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Because Glan is just too good.
Yeah.
and
I
Glenn
could,
also would have. He also would have PB'd with the text storage not going away. But you know what?
I'll take.
Still a pretty good run. This is actually a really good run for a marathon.
Yeah,
For
absolutely
your,
amazing.
For your PB.
Yeah. If there's like too much time on my estimate, I could show some glitches or something.
We could
But
show
it's up to
Flavio
you.
off once and for all.
Yeah, you guys are good to kind of do whatever to kill the time.
Right, sure.
If you guys want to, you can also tell everyone where can they find you.
True.
Well, you can
I
find
stream
Glan
on
on
twitch.tv.
twitch.tv/Glan. You can find Verified Linguini on twitch.tv/ Verified Linguini. And you can find me on twitch.tv/RedsMSR.
Yeah, running this game a lot lately. I probably that interests you.
I personally just run glitchless so far of this game. I'm gonna dip my toes into other categories soon, but for now, I'm just a glitchless man.
Glitchless. I like glitchless.
I run any percent. I tried running all crystal stars, but too hard, so I'm back to any percent.
Category's pretty guys out. Wait for the credits to play out, or
I mean, if you want to, we can. I mean, we have a lot of time to burn, so.
yeah.
Yeah, we got about 20 minutes if you kind of want to show anything off.
Can just load up the practice code once again.
We could do a celebratory softlock percent run.
I don't actually know what it. Maybe I do. Can't you do like use an item while you're paused hammering?
I have no idea how to do softlock on English.
I think that's how you. What do you think, gamers? Should I try it?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Now this is the second run of the day. Softlock percent. There isn't. I don't think there will be a timer unless you guys want to reset the timer and do it again. Like.
Gee. Not gee.
You gotta
Smilers.
save the kids.
Any smilers?
I'm a smiler.
All right.
I'm not even taking my memory card out.
All right. Here we go. Second run. Softlock percent.
I don't even know if this is how you do it, but
I can just check a run real quick.
Sure.
It would probably be really good if you actually knew how to do it. I mean, we have a lot of time to do it, so.
Smile. And I can show some other off too. Aubrey early is pretty. Well.
So yeah, you do the thing where you do the infinite hammers and use the item at the same time. So you buy a honey syrup and then do that.
Yeah, that's what.
So we're gonna see it. Possibly, actually, no. World record's impossible because he didn't take out his memory card. But
yeah, definite world record run.
Yeah, brand new world record.
Brand new world.
Oh.
We gotta do a glitch, the pause hammer, and open your menu and hammer at the same time. Mario just like infinitely hammer. But with the menu. Pause hammering actually has legitimate application in some category. That application only works on Japanese.
Yeah, I believe in 100% you can just like skip getting a key because you can hammer it to death instead.
Yeah,
yeah, in
that's
the Great
Jackie
Tree.
too.
Doesn't work on English because it deletes the red after you do it. Then get that alert. Alright, we got the super guard, easy world record page. Not big manner.
Well, you win some, you lose some.
True.
Well, he does actually get the soft lock second try, so.
Oh?
You know, if you get it first try, this could actually be a world record.
Alright, I gotta go for soft lock percent.
I think we would have time for a second attempt if you really wanted to.
No. I don't even know when time stops.
There's no timer on his screen, so I actually don't know.
It's probably like after the item animation or something. I don't know. Or maybe it's just like on last input. Easy. I have no idea.
It's last input.
Alright, so we gotta get Goombella. Goombella is really important for this category.
But of course.
Of course. If only we could skip the cutscene. Did you see a hit? Wait.
Huff, I say. Huff, I say. Huff, I say.
Oh, like them getting hit, maybe.
Hey, hey, hey. I can't do a good Toad or impression.
I don't even want to try.
It's like, That's
Oh,
Gunther.
Toadsworth like in Sunshine.
Master Mario. Ride over
Oh,
that
there you-
shore and find some assistance.
There you go.
Let's see this.
Okay. World record's dead.
Oh, there you go.
Here we go.
And that's the soft lock.
There we go. Did it.
Game's done.
Let's go.
Soft lock percent. 2 runs, 1 stone.
Just
Nice.
beat the game. I'm not pressing any buttons. Doing nothing. Nothing does anything. Can't even pause. Sunshine CC. Known professional Super Mario Sunshine speedrunner CCNeverender.
The best.
Now the real question, do these toads have mustaches or mouths?
That is definitely a mustache. Because if you look at the very bottom of it, it's like almost like spiky, like a mustache.
They could have really gnarly teeth, but yeah, I do like the mustache idea
That is
better.
completely disgusting. So I would rather not think about that. But you know what? Then
Alright, enough of this. I'll show off like a couple stuff from other.
congratulations on the new soft lock percent PV.
Oh yeah.
According to the leaderboard, it's just soft lock RTA, but they're just trying to be professional. When in reality, we all know they aren't.
I'll load up the practice code.
Actually, I don't even think that run's valid. You didn't fully reset your console.
True.
Actually, I don't think that invalidates the run. It's just like more proof calls.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Alright. Alright, so I'll show a trick called a bobbery early, which can also be bobbery late. Basically, you just get bobbery at any time.
Under the ground. Fabio's favor.
Saving bobbery.
Yeah, but that will have like the cutscene
Yeah, I don't have
stuff
this.
for all the guys.
So this is like where it's supposed to be, but let's say I'm like somewhere else in chapter 3 sequence.
I didn't know you could do that.
I can.
Make sure you have full items.
Yeah. So Bobbery's normally in this tree. There's the embers, whatever. You fight them, and then you hammer the tree. But he's not there. But what this game does, instead of fully unloading things that aren't active, it just sticks them under the floor at 0, 0, and negative 1,000 height. They're still there, they still exist, we can still touch them. So I'm gonna get jump storage here. Use it to get into the tree. Go out of bounds. Walk to kind of a specific spot. Get on Thickums. And I just have to fall off and then at a certain time hold down, so I will touch the upper bounds. Miss them. It's great. But you saw Bobbery down there.
You can always just hold Z to get back in there too.
True. I'm on the practice code.
You have to jump off Yoshi.
Alright, we did it. Cheated. Okay, I have the display turned off. But I did touch it, I promise.
Hey, there we go.
Now we just gotta win this fight. Let's use the greatest thing in the game ever, Heart Attack.
Definitely not a pun on heart attack.
No. It's a complete coincidence.
I didn't draw an Amogus. Have nothing.
Pretty sus that you ran out of ink before you could, but whatever.
We just keep waiting out, and then
Now
he's in the tree. And then we can go back to the beach, forgetting to grab the coconut, and then go back and grab the coconut, and bring the coconut to Flavio. Then get the Coca-Cola.
And then get Flavio after
Put
that.
Bobbery to sleep. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Alright, so we're gonna do the very important part of this, which is forgetting to grab the coconut. Actually mandatory.
Yeah, that is required. I've remembered the coconut first try a couple of times, and it's not pretty.
Rip life shroom.
The life shroom.
I mean, you did, because you died on Shadow Queen once with Goombella.
Hey man.
So those piranha plants' teeth are so dirty that they're literally purple now, which is like
disgusting. I don't want them. I guess to get Flavio, I'd have to go all the way back. You know, we have time. Worth it for Flavio. Worth it.
Well, while we're doing all of this, I would like to do the shout outs thing. Shout outs to Glan, because he did a wonderful job today. Shout outs to Speed Docs for letting us come on here and showcase this game. I know I had a great time on here.
Yeah, thank you.
Same here.
Okay, you know what? I actually don't want to.
I was on here last night too because I commentated an LM run, so I've gotten the double treatment.
Just
nice.
show. this thing. This is used in Bigtail Pit, and I'm sure max upgrades.
Rip Flavio.
Yeah, sorry, no Flavio today. So there's flip skip like I did earlier. Let's do that. But now, if I go over here, bad at this first, and get on here, I can get onto the shine block, and I can get 2 shines. 1 block, that's what I do. So when you hit the block, it the shine comes out of the block a bit, and if you time it so that Koops grabs that as you hit the block, then that actually counts as a pick up. Pretty. Probably assuming I'm live, so.
Yeah, we have a couple more minutes.
Well, one I just learned recently for completion categories. Now, if anyone remembers this, you have to get gear to turn on the crane game so that you can grab these surprises, but you don't actually have to do that. A little precise. Properly here. Okay. There. Just get up here.
Wow.
Grab the stuff. Easy peasy. Yo, CCIs. Yeah, this game, the shortest category being 2 hours is kind of rough.
Shortest category is
really hard.
17 seconds, which is soft lock % Japanese.
True. Just learn soft lock % Japanese.
There's also Defeat Gloomtail, which is pretty short, but it's more of a meme run than anything.
Yeah, it's kind of a meme because you have to use a stopwatch on Gloomtail, which only has a 30% chance. Like an hour-long run into a 30% chance.
Yeah.
Kind of a meme.
We can get another soft lock.
Yeah, well, I could
Before
get
we
another
end it
soft
off.
lock.
Before we end it off and switch it off to the next run that I don't know what it is, but we can just give one more soft lock.
Yeah, here we go. One more soft lock for you. Wait, it doesn't work with Ultra here?
No wonder you have to get the honey syrup. Wait. Oh wait, no, you have to do it with the honey syrup.
Does it have to be?
I'm pretty sure. I don't see why you'd buy a honey syrup over anything else.
It may just be that it has to be FP and not HP. I forget.
Maybe. Okay, yeah.
There we
Must have to
go.
be an FP item then.
Good
Alright,
note to
one
end it
last
on.
soft lock to end it off.
Yeah. Congratulations to Glan for getting an awesome run.
Yeah.
Great
Thank you
show
for
off.
having us today. Always a pleasure to run Speed Docs.
Yeah, as always, it's always great to see Paper Mario being played anywhere, to be honest with you.
This game's really
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Doesn't get enough.
It really doesn't, and I mean, yeah, I feel like it definitely deserves a lot more representation. But with that, thanks again, Glan, for doing this, and thanks, Red and Linguini for commentary.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So
Yeah,
we're gonna
thank
go
you.
ahead. Oh, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and head over to the intermission screen. So don't go anywhere.